Maude was inspired, it was kind of two-pronged. One, as an indie actress, I was very lucky to be constantly working on very artistically fulfilling films, but I was also incredibly broke. And so I had a variety of survival jobs, and one of them that I did was babysitting. And I started to realize as the years were going by that the women whose children I was babysitting were getting younger, and then I realized it was just me getting older. And also kind of the other side of it is as I was approaching, as I was getting older, I noticed people and friends started having kids and becoming adults, and I felt like I couldn't have been further from it. So I started to kind of think about a hypothetical situation where, like, what would happen if I showed up to somebody's house one day and the other person who answered the door was like a former classmate of mine, and just feeling the divide of where you are as a woman in life when you haven't quite made it professionally, nor have you made it as a grown-up woman, which I think society qualifies as someone who's like married with a baby. I think for me the biggest challenge was trying to just get over my own imposter syndrome. I feel like I know a lot of people who have it, but I constantly was trying to find ways to sabotage myself because I was really intimidated by the things that I didn't know. I thought that I had to know everything about lighting and everything about lenses, and I kind of was constantly discounting myself so I could try to get out of it. And then I oddly got pregnant, kind of right during pre-production and realized that I didn't have a choice but to make the movie. So that was a really good way to kind of just stop that thinking and just move forward. And I think that's kind of the one thing that's been great about all of this is realizing that a film set, which I'm pretty familiar with, why I like film so much is that it is truly a collaboration with others. I mean, you have the director, of course, steering the ship, but everyone is doing their job, and you have to just trust that. And it's and I had the best crew ever, and I had the best actors ever, and I realized, like, oh, I don't have to do everything. Everyone is a capable adult and they're a professional. So, I've been watching so many great actresses like Britt Marling and Greta Gerwig. They've always done it all. They've been able to write amazing scripts, and I think there's a necessity for it. I think things are starting to shift a little bit, and there's more parts that are being written, and I do think it's no surprise that a lot of those parts are being written by women for women. So I think it's just it's something I would like to continue to do. It's tough. It's tough when you're constantly doing job interviews over and over and over again, and then you're almost close to getting that job, and then you don't. And so there's something that was nice about shifting that dynamic with writing something for myself, and also kind of getting a better understanding of how it worked. It actually settled me down a little bit, where I was like, oh, okay, I understand why sometimes you don't get that part. And it actually inspired me to want to write more parts for other women and men. But I think, if anything, yeah, it really activated something in me that I would like to continue to pursue to write.